In this tutorial video, I will be showing you how to make a slump bowl. The first thing you want to do is gather your materials, which is one piece of fabric, two rulers, and a rolling pin. We're going to start off with about a grapefruit softball size amount of clay, and you're going to take your hand and smack it down with the palm of your hand. You want to get this to about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, because that will be a really great starting point once we start needing to roll it out. So now that it's about to that size, go ahead and take your ruler and go ahead and rock it back and forth. You can also move it to the other direction to make sure that you're getting it more oval or rounded, because we're going to be using a template to cut out the shape that we need. Once you have the rolling pin riding smoothly along the rulers, you're going to go ahead and take your template, place it in the middle, and then take a needle tool and carefully trace around that template. Remove the extra clay around it. And now we're going to start by preparing our bowl. So here we have a plastic bowl, and we're going to line it with some sheeted plastic. This just helps so that the clay does not get stuck to our mold. Okay, so now that our bowl is prepared, go ahead and take your clay and flip it onto the bowl mold. Try to center it, and then take your hands and carefully just smush it down a little bit at a time so that the clay fully forms on the outside of the bowl. If you wish, at this point, you can also take your finger and smooth out any extra folds that you see or any extra marks. Now that we have the bowl fully formed around the mold, we're going to go ahead and add a background texture. So we have a bunch of different stamps and different objects you can find to imprint the clay with a texture. Just go ahead and play around with this and have fun. If you ever want to change the pattern, all you have to do is take a metal rib and smooth it out again and try again. You also can play around with multiple textures. So I have this background texture, but then I found this cool stamp with a flower and decided to make a pattern with that as well. So our next step is to actually create a coil foot ring. So what this is just a coil that we flatten out and attach to the bottom of the bowl. We attach foot rings to bowls so that they're elevated a little bit and less surface area is touching the table or surface that it's sitting on. So after you make the coil, you want to take the ends and score and slip them together. Then you are going to trace out where you want the foot to go and then score and slip inside of that line. Whenever we attach two pieces of clay together, remember we need to score and slip. So I'm going to take the foot ring and score and slip the bottom of that in order to attach it. Water and needle tool will make the texture. When you attach the coil, you want to attach it and wiggle it a little bit to make sure that it gets stuck. The final step for attaching the foot ring is to take a wooden stick or the wood tool and take the rounded side to push the clay downwards and into the pot. You're going to want to do this on the outside and the inside. Now that we've attached the foot ring, we're going to go ahead and add some more decoration. So in order to make the design really pop, I would suggest adding more to it. In this case, I chose to add little flowers, but what you could also do is add little balls of clay, you could add strips, you can just have fun and add anything that you wish. Just as a reminder though, you must score and slip anything that you attach. So remember, scratch with a needle tool, add a little water, and push it on. The next step is for us to blow dry the bowl. Typically, we would just wait a few days and then we would be able to continue working on it. But in order to make the process a little faster, we're going to go ahead and take a blow dryer and take a few minutes and firm up the clay. This will allow us to work on it faster. All right, so now that the bowl is a bit firm, we're gonna go ahead and remove the plastic sheeting and the plastic bowl inside. So the first thing to do is just flip it over, carefully move the plastic sheeting out of the way, remove the plastic bowl and the plastic sheeting. All right, so now we're gonna work on smoothing everything out. And the first thing we're gonna do is smooth out the lip of the bowl. You can go ahead and use a banding wheel, which you can see at the bottom, which it's spinning on, in order to assist to cut it nice and straight. Once you feel like you have it pretty straight, you can go ahead and take a damp sponge to go around the lip in order to smooth it out. All right, so now that we have that lip smoothed out, we're going to go ahead and take a wet brush and smooth out some of the other details. This last step is just a really nice way to finish it off and make it nice. All right, so that's it for this demo. I hope you have fun and go ahead and ask me if you have any questions.